Welcome to the Life in the UK test room. Stay seated until you are waited to be called. 14A. ID.
Yeah.
Do you confirm this is you?
Yes.
Great. Show me your hands. Sleeves up. Other side of the hand. Ponytail. Shake it. Yeah, take that thing off. Yeah, turn around. Spin. Spin. Right. Go back to your seat. 23R. ID. You confirm this is you?
Yes.
Great. Hands, please. Hands. Hands, plural. Wider. Wider. Sleeves up. Pull your sleeves up, both. Yeah, that way. Right. Glasses off. Glasses off.
There was a family outside when I was walking on the street looking for the building for the test. Kind men sitting on the steps outside the building with 2 children. They must have been around 6 and 8 years old, a bit younger than mine. The men saw me looking around. I was nervous, thinking if I was in the right building, following my GPS so not to get lost and miss my test. He looked gentle. He had a big smile and he said, "Are you looking for the test place?" Easy one, right? Him with South Asian traces, me with dark skin. There was no doubt we was talking about the same test at that tall building. "It is here. You are in the right place. Good luck," he said with a friendly smile. It must be her husband and children who were waiting for her outside. It felt hard on my chest to understand the pressure she was feeling to pass that test. Without it, she can't get her permanent visa and stay. Will her husband stay? Will her children stay? What will be the impact in their lives? I feel the pressure and the responsibility on her shoulders. I have the same on mine. I feel for her and I feel for me.
Glasses back on. Take your time. Right. Hair, shake. Turn around.
It is disgusting. I don't think I can witness this in silence. Imagine.
You can see it now.
I could not bear his attitude. How dare he talk to us like this? How can't he have any empathy for our crucial moment in our lives? He knows this test is hard and is an essential requirement for our visas. He also knows that his attitude is helping us to fail. Maybe it's what this test is about too. How much can we bear? How much can we hold until we give up? I started to wish in silence to be inspected by the other agent, who seemed less abusive. I started to think of all the things that he called me and treat me in the same way, and I had those words in my head. But I lifted my eyes, and all I could see in front of me was the signs on the wall. Sign 1. And sign 2. I look at Blessing, who was looking at the signs, or should I say warnings.
At this time, I think we are probably thinking the same thing.
In addition, an application for indefinite leave to remain will be refused if you have been convicted of or admitted to a criminal offence.
We could not risk it. The interpretations of our words could easily be termed disrespectful attitude towards the staff and will be reported as a verbal offense. Easy to shut up our voices. We couldn't even dare. We have too much to lose, too much at stake. So we just keep calm, swallow it, and carry on.
Hello. Welcome to the Life in the UK test. You'll have 45 minutes to answer 24 questions about British traditions and customs, including British society, government, everyday life, and employment. Right. Question 1. When did the first Christian communities appear in Britain? Not even a guess. Okay.
No.
So it's the 3rd and 4th centuries. Question B. When did the Battle of Agincourt take place? Are you British? It's 1415, by the way, yeah? 1415. Oh, this is topical. How many American colonies declared their independence in 1776?
13?
Yeah, that's correct, actually. Well done.
Thank God.
At least we know one of the questions. And the last. You guys. When did the Habeas Corpus Act become law? I'll give you some clues. It was a very long time ago. Okay, it's 1679.
Life in the UK test is an essential requirement for those immigrants applying for settlement and citizenship in the UK. Although the intention of the test is to prepare and check immigrants' commitment towards British values, it is in fact that 2/3 of born and bred British citizens would fail the test. In 2012, the Prime Minister David Cameron embarrassed this country by failing to answer some of the questions in the Life of the UK test in a TV show.
Pencils down. Finish your test. If you have failed, get out.
Next!
Hello, good morning.
Good morning and welcome to your interview for your funding application that you recently put in. So I was just going through all your documents and I can see your qualifications. So you've got here that you translated the book Basic Principles of Classical Dance by Vaganova, the mother of Russian ballet technique. First class honours degree in choreography, methodology and pedagogy of dance at St. Petersburg University. So you specialise in ballet and character dance. It seems like you've got a great ballet background, so you're applying for our small grants programme.
Yes. I'm applying for a funding to do a small piece exploring ballet technique.
How do I say this? Why don't you bring us some of your culture instead? Samba, frevo, maybe popular Brazilian dance?
Well, the composer of the piano pieces is Brazilian, and everywhere I go, my culture will be with me. We have a saying in Brazil that a fruit never falls too far from the tree.
I understand what you're saying, but it is interesting for us to see your cultural background. Your country is well known by your great music and rhythms. So bring us some samba. Okay, I understand. We'll call that interview a close for today. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
airport started when I flew for the first time to London. I'm visiting my romantic partner, and when this border guard asked me some questions, I didn't know. I was just honest, and I answered honestly. I didn't know it was a mistake. So
What are you here for?
I'm visiting my partner.
You can just stay here. If you want to stay here, you have to apply for the visa, but not here.
I have a return ticket. I have an apartment I'm going back to. I'm running an MA program. I'm just here for a week. She does not look convinced.
I have a spousal visa. To demonstrate that I deserve it, I have to pay a large fee and submit a pile of documentation. The documentation is of a personal nature. Yes? It contains photos and pages of Skype calls and SMSs. And it contains the lovely names we call each other, and our little lover's secret. Believe it or not, it has been read by the immigration office in order to assess if my relationship is true or not. I can't describe my embarrassment when at the court of my appeal, after a refusal of my visa, the judge said, I know the story of your relationship. I have read all your emails to each other. Shocking! Shocking! How could someone go into my private life? My life? Of course my relationship was real. And of course, this time when I communicate with my partner, neither of us would guess that a stranger would be reading it. How many people read it? Have read it? Did they laugh? Did they feel disgusting? I don't know what they felt, but I feel invaded, exposed. My relationship must be articulated through official language. My relationship must exist in an official recognizing structure. My feeling of this matter. The private nature of my photos, my phone records, the words declaring my intimacy are irrelevant. I'm only one more immigrant asking for a visa.
Flight 2244, Lisbon to London.
Another flight into London. Another encounter with a passively aggressive, poorly informed bodyguard. What kills me is that I've had this visa since 2011. Does this particular bodyguard think she can discover that I've somehow been issued the wrong documents? This visa has 4 years validity. I'm sure there are only 2 things bodyguards need to determine. 1, if the visa was issued by a valid authority. 2, if it belongs to me. Otherwise, they are basically saying they don't trust the Home Office.
Flight 2036, Prague to Manchester. Where have you just flown for?
Prague.
And is your IU family member Hungarian?
Didn't you know that Prague is in the Czech Republic?
Flight 2047-8, Trish to London.
Flying back into London from Trist, where I was representing the UK at an international conference, I was thinking how much less stressful it is to fly now that I have permanent residency. Then I got interrogated by a border guard who made me feel subhuman, unwelcome, unhomely, yet again. It's not okay when I am alone, especially at night. I'm sick of being lonely, I'm sick of eating alone.
I miss my mom. I can't sleep. I can feel tears running down my cheeks. I miss my friends. I miss my sisters.
I'm so confused about where I am or who I am in the middle of the city. I don't know why I am here or where to go. I can't stay and I can't go. I feel like I don't belong anywhere.
I'm terrified when I'm applying for a visa, even if I don't do anything wrong, because it is not about me, it is about my colour, it is my country, it is about the space I occupy in the capitalist system. Look at me as a human being. Let me just be me. I feel I'm judged by you and you and you. You feel you're superior to me. You are deciding about my life, about my relationship, about my children's life, and about my right to come and go. Can you imagine somebody else deciding about your children's life? Can you? Your children's life. It is what you are doing to me.
Let me have equal opportunities. Let me play Shakespeare in my own voice.
Austerity equals limited resources and too many people. Limited resources equals resources extracted from faraway places with sweat, blood, and tears, mostly not ours, and brought here to create a life of peace and prosperity. Too many people equals non-British, non-European, immigrants, migrants, refugees, those whose blood, sweat, tears, and homes we have compromised. Usually means that Eastern European shade of white and all hues of brown and black. The fact that is, too many people are coming into their shifty dingies with their shifty stories to take away our finite and limited resources.
Limited resources, you say? I know where those resources come from. I hate that part of history. From my ancestors.
The books tell your story, but we are here to tell ours.
Are you scared we're going to take back what was once ours?
Too uncomfortable to look at reality this way, isn't it? So let's just say sorry, keep calm, and carry on.
I can speak and express my opinion, and I have no problem communicating in English if you bother listening to my accents. I can speak many languages. Can you?
Don't ignore me when I don't understand your context. That's not because of my English. That's because of a cultural difference.
Hey, can you please not interrupt me while I'm explaining? I can't speak as fast as you are, but I'm still speaking.
I am migrant. I am a dichotomy. In botany, that means a branch splitting into two equal parts. But I do hold memories of being whole.
They have no idea what it feels like losing home at the risk of never finding it again.
I can see your weaknesses. I can see the whole system supporting you.
My mom grew up in a small village called Malave, near the family farm where they grew rice and coconuts. She was one of 11 siblings, and as the family outgrew the main house, they also built one second in the mountains. This house was a 3-hour walk from the village, along dirt tracks, and was for 5 of the other children, the older ones. Mom was the oldest and took on the role of the carer and the disciplinarian. She would only have been a teenager at the time and had to learn to be responsible at a young age. The mountain house was over an hour's walk away from the nearest town, so instead of attending church, they would pray under a mango tree. There was no electricity, and the only light that at night came from a homemade paraffin lamp with scraps of wrap for a wick. They reared horses for sale and goat's meat, but Mom had befriended the goats and would not eat them. When they visited the rice fields, they would walk barefoot across the mud or ride a water buffalo. This upbringing was a worlds away from my own experience. These stories really brought home the changes Mom had to live through. From those humble beginnings, moving to London and staying to raise a family must have been some big adventure. What is clear to me is that she never lost the habit of caring for others like she did her siblings. This showed in her career as a nurse, a willingness to send money back to the Philippines, and the way she cared for her family in London. She was a brave and beautiful woman, my mom.
moment we are born, we yearn to be part of something greater, to feel accepted and loved within a community. Our sense of belonging shapes our identity and influences our actions, thoughts, and emotions. When we find a place where we truly belong, we discover comfort in the shared experience and values that connect us with others. This connection nurtures a sense of purpose and stability, fortifying our self-worth and happiness. Belonging is not just about fitting in. It's about embracing our authentic selves, knowing that we are cherished for who we are. As we navigate through life, it's the bonds we form and the communities we belong to that ultimately enrich our journey and remind us that we are never alone. After all, as the great poet Maya Angelou beautifully said, you are only free when you realize you belong no place. You belong every place. No place at all. The price is high. The reward is great. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may throw me in the very dirty, but still, like dust, I will arise.
Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room.
Just like the moon and the suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise.
Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eye, shoulders fallen down like teardrops, weakened by my sorrowful tears.
Does my hotness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard.
You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise.
Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the median of my thighs?
Out of the huts of story shame,
I rise.
Up from a past that's rooted in pain.
I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide.
I rise. Welling and swelling I bear in the tide.
I rise.
Leaving behind nights of terror and fear.
I rise.
Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear.
I rise.
Bringing the gifts that my ancestor gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave.
I rise. I rise. I rise.
Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to be with them, and then to be with that. I think it's something that is very personal. It's very strong. There's lots of things there in the middle of the line. So thank you so much to come and to witness and prestigiate us.
Thank you. I mean, it feels like the beginning, it doesn't feel like the end of something. I hope it is the beginning of something, something very exciting.
Yeah.
like you can do more together. Such a lovely group.
So thank you. If there's another round